Rats are proving very valuable to humans, be it sophisticated space research, identifying the bacteria that causes tuberculosis, providing safety by locating landmines, or even saving lives by locating earthquake survivors. But now they are even helping combat illegal wildlife trade, which is worth between $7 and $23 billion US per year. Smugglers go to a vast extent to disguise their very valuable contraband. They are coating ivory tusks in chocolate or painting them in black, hiding pangolin scales in boxes of cashews and smothering African blackwood in food items to conceal the smell. First, the rats are trained with a nose poke experiment to select the right odor target, followed with a food reward. The target holes will contain the smell of illegal wildlife items, and the non-target hole will house items used to mask the smell of the contraband. Due to the high smell retention rate by the rats, they started field testing and had a success rate of 83%. Once identified, the rats strike a bell on their collar. One major advantage of sniffer rats over dogs is the accessibility of smaller crevices, and the program is significantly cheaper to run. If you have liked our content so far, please look at some of our other videos. Consider liking and subscribing to Gimme Facts. Rats are prevalent is an understatement, as they are the second most populous mammal on Earth after humans, with an estimated global population of over 6 billion. As a matter of fact, the rat-to-human ratio is staggering in some metropolitan cities such as Chicago, where there are 6 rats for every human. The Big Apple has 4 for every person. Bukit Batok, Singapore, has 3 for every resident. Johannesburg has 2.5 for every human. A prominent feature of the rat is its long tail. This is why they can walk easily on ropes, chains, and fences. It provides balance by increasing its rotational inertia, thus preserving its center of gravity. This helps the rat navigate narrow spots just like a tightrope walker, aided with a pole. Along with balancing, the tail also provides an essential body function: thermoregulation. When the rodent gets too hot, the tail dissipates heat to the environment. The heart pumps more blood through the vessels, causing it to dilate and increases flow rate. In the process, more heat is released and the rat cools off. These rodents also have another trick up their sleeve. Their sophisticated eyes have an extensive field of vision, and they can move independently of each other. They can view 2 distinctive predators approaching them with each of their individual eyes simultaneously. However, the image is blurred and unsaturated. In conjunction, they even have the ability to view the skies for aerial threats. Historically, rats have been dependent on humans for food and shelter. This aided their migration to distant parts of the world, as in the case of the brown rat. They are indigenous to China and Mongolia, however spread west to Europe and eventually to the American continent during colonization. Once established, rats have helped preserve the history of a specific location. Buildings with historical significance over the years have harbored rats' nests containing buttons, pins, and threads, indicating the dwelling belonged to tailors. Native American diet was revealed to historians by finding pine nuts in their nests. In March of 2015, research was conducted to advance space travel, entailing a hermetically sealed chamber containing 3 lab rats to optimize life support systems for humans. The chamber was then hoisted by stratospheric balloons to reach an altitude of 30 kilometers. The altitude was reached in 110 minutes, and all 3 rats were retrieved successfully. The experiment was a collaboration between TIFR of India and INGENIUS of Singapore. Here are some odd statistics for you. An average rat produces roughly 30 grams of feces per day, which adds up to 174 million kilograms, considering a global population of 6 billion. Now compare that to a cow. It produces 30 kilograms every day, which equates to a whopping 45.7 billion kilograms worldwide. Rats have always played a vital role in our lives, be it folklore or reality. Leave down in the comments your thoughts on them. See you in another video. Ciao.